Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's review, we have some additional listings for some upcoming Transformers Studio Series products, and I think it's safe to say that 2023 is just the gift that just keeps on giving, as it looks to be the best year for Transformers in a very long time, especially for us live-action movie fans. And to be honest, I would expect no less, especially considering that Transformers Rise of the Beasts will finally hit cinemas June of 2023, which is really exciting. Now, most of the listings that we'll be discussing in today's video are solely focused around Transformers Rise of the Beasts, although there is a War for Cybertron character, which I don't believe up until this point has been rumoured or leaked. So, just to do a very quick recap and a follow-up from the video I released previously, we got some brand new Transformers Legacy leaks, which basically told us some of the characters that we can expect to see next year. We also got some additional Studio Series listings, which gave us a pretty big bulk of all of the characters, and then we got some super exciting listings, which included what we believe to be some Transformers War for Cybertron video game characters, and the leaks that we're going to be discussing today are no exception of that. So following on from that video, we now have an official UPC code for a Transformers Generation Studio Series Deluxe Class War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper. Now this is our biggest indication yet that the War for Cybertron title will actually be related to the games. Now I know Cliff Jumper very briefly showed up in the Netflix series, the War for Cybertron Netflix series, but I don't think to the extent where it would warrant a brand new figure just 3 years after we got that Earthrise version. So I'm willing to bet that this is actually going to be a video game focused character, and that is just so epic. Of course, this will more than likely just be a straight up repaint slash retool of the previously rumoured War for Cybertron Bumblebee, but we're definitely getting a good chunk of that War for Cybertron cast next year. We've already got the Voyager Optimus and Megatron rumoured, Deluxe Class Barricade, Deluxe Bumblebee, and now Deluxe Cliff Jumper. So super exciting stuff, and now we jump in to the Transformers Rise of the Beast listings, and it appears as if though Hasbro is going all the way back to the Michael Bay days, where they're basically giving us a large chunk of the characters within the first couple of months of the film being released. With Transformers Bumblebee, we had to wait quite a while to actually get most of the characters. I think it was just January this year that we actually got the Cybertronian characters, so that's 3 years since Bumblebee came out. So it is awesome to know that we're going to be seeing loads more Rise of the Beast characters surrounding the time of the actual movie's release day, and I think it may have something to do with the delay of the film. Of course, it was supposed to originally come out this year, but considering it's been postponed by a year, it just allows Hasbro to perfect on the designs, really get all of those characters nailed down so that they are available for release to come out with the movie. But let's discuss the leaks we have today. So we have a Transformers Generation Studio Series Deluxe Class codename Outlaw, which we now know is a codename for Nightbird, a really cool character. As some of you may know, I have actually seen the concept art for this character as she'll appear in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and she looks fantastic. Definitely very reminiscent to some of the Michael Bay characters that you would expect from Dark of the Moon. Still rather faithful to her original G1 design. The color scheme was all really cool, but I just think it's going to be such a cool take on the character. She had like this bayonet on the side of her arm. She just looked incredible, so really looking forward to her, and I do think along with Scourge, she will be one of the main antagonists, which is awesome. And then the next deluxe reveal we have, or should I say leak listing, is a Transformers Generations Deluxe Pluto, which is a code name for Autobot Mirage, the Porsche that was actually quite heavily featured in the Rise of the Beast filming. So I'm expecting this guy to have a big amount of screen time when we do eventually get round to that Transformers 7 film, so that's awesome. I mean, let's just very quickly run through all of the Studio Series figures that are so far confirmed. So for Deluxe Class, War for Cybertron Bumblebee, Barricade, Cliff Jumper, 86 movie Brawn, Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast Mirage, Rise of the Beast Wheeljack, Nightbird and Air Razor, and then jumping into Voyager, War for Cybertron Optimus, War for Cybertron Megatron, 86 movie Ratchet, Rise of the Beast Cheetor, Rhinox, and at the time of this recording, a codename character which has got the codename Apollo. So not too sure who that could be. Perhaps it's that pickup truck that is rumoured to be Battletrap. And then for the leader class, 86 Snull, Rise of the Beast Primal, and Rise of the Beasts Scourge. So it does seem like we're not going to really see many Bayformers at all, but like I said in that video I released earlier this week, we've just got so many Bayverse characters this year. Considering that next year's all about Rise of the Beasts, I'm absolutely fine with that. It's still live action movie love, and I know us live action movie movie fans love those designs, so definitely glad to see the Rise of the Beast taking center stage, as it should be. I mean, this is our first live-action movie for about 5 years, which is the longest gap we've seen since the original 2007 movie, so super exciting stuff. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below, out of all of these leaked listings so far, which is the one that gets you the most excited. I think for the deluxe class, I'm really excited to see as to how the Rise of the Beast Nightbird turns out, as like I said, the design is just killer. She has a wicked looking alt mode. I really do think she could be a fan favorite baddie. For Voyager, I'm really looking forward to seeing the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. I'm not gonna lie, I think that is such a sick design. It's a Cybertronian Prime, so could technically blend in pretty sweet with some of those Cybertronian Bumblebee movie characters. And for leader class, whilst I love myself some Dinobot and Optimus Primal, Scourge is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. That truck mode just looks nuts, and like Nightbird, I was lucky enough to see the concept art for the robot mode design, and he just looks fantastic. I'm really intrigued as to how they're going to replicate his kind of death claw that was seen on the concept art, as that is definitely going to be a really cool character trait about this guy. But really exciting things, and Prime vs Prime jumping in here from the future, as Target have literally just released a brand new Hasbro exclusive poster which reveals some brand new Transformers Studio Series figures, which are actually pretty awesome, as they do confirm some of the more incognito listings that were leaked a few months back. So basically, Hasbro are going to be continuing their Transformers Bumblebee Nest range, as we have 2 brand new Nest reveals, one of them being a Nest Transformers Dark of the Moon Ratchet. Really strange range this is. I'm really not sure as to where Hasbro is going with it. Apparently these are going to be Transformers The Ride exclusives, yet Target appeared to be carrying them. I have no idea, but we basically have here a gunmetal grey metallic silver redeco of Dark of the Moon Ratchet, which is cool. I really liked their Nest Bumblebee. I thought it was by far one of the more intriguing Bumblebee repaints that we've seen in the last decade from the live action movie, so this Ratchet does look pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a noir version of Ratchet, and I imagine we're just going to be seeing more and more of these Nest inspired repaints pumping out in the future. But probably one of the more interesting ones is a Voyager class figure. Now, we did get this listing a few months back. I speculated that it was perhaps going to be an Optimus Prime Bumblebee movie repaint, but no, it is actually an Autobot Nest repaint, or it looks to be a Nest repaint of Bonecrusher that we saw released years ago as part of the Transformers Studio Series line. And what makes this reveal even stranger is that this guy actually has the Nest Autobot logo slapped on the side of his arm. Now, Bonecrusher as an Autobot, that is absolutely crazy. Now, I imagine when we get the official reveal for these guys, we'll more than likely get a little bit more backstory. I imagine that he'll probably have a completely different name when in comparison to Bonecrusher, but definitely really intriguing to see Hasbro finally pumping out some Studio Series repaints, as usually these molds are one and done. We don't tend to actually revisit these very often, so it is cool to see them getting more reuse out of some of these older SS figures, and it opens up a Pandora's box as to what other repainted Studio Series figures that we can see in the future. Maybe some more elusive molds, which brings me on to the next reveal, as we basically have the reveal of the next buzzworthy Bumblebee leader class figure, and it's going to be a reissue of the Jetwing Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. Now, personally, this isn't the biggest deal to me, as I actually own this figure, but I know there are many of you guys out there that unfortunately missed out on him, and he is scalped so badly. I've seen this thing go for astronomical prices, anywhere between $300 to $400, as let's face it, this is the best Bayverse Studio Series Optimus Prime that's out there. It's the Dark of the Moon version with the jetpack, the trailer. It's literally the definitive version of this guy, so incredible for you guys that we're actually going to be getting a reissue of this Jetwing Optimus Prime, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the official announcement whether there'll be any differences in regards to accessories. But those are our brand new Studio Series reveals: a Nest inspired Ratchet, Nest inspired Bonecrusher, and a reissue version of Dark of the Moon Jetwing Prime. Now, I'm going to jump back through time and we'll carry on with today's segment. And another thing that I wanted to talk about in today's video, which is taking a slight step back from some of the official stuff, is a third-party product. We have just got some official images of the Toy World triple changing Shatter. Now, this was a character that was rumored and I believe announced quite a few years back, but we heard nothing from Toy World, and I do believe their most recent release of Skyburst, aka the World War II Jetfire, is their final product, and there are rumors that these images which have just come out are actually old and have only just resurfaced, so it is worth bearing in mind that this project could still be cancelled. And I'm going to be honest, before we delve into these images, I kind of in a way hope that it is cancelled, just because I've seen what the likes of Metagate can do with their triple changing drift, And let's be honest, Toy World doesn't have the best track record for quality control, and judging by some of the pieces that I'm seeing for the alt mode, I think the transformation for this figure could be a nightmare. But with all that being said, it looks fantastic. Here we have an up-close image of Shatter in the robot mode. The chest details look fantastic. Toy World definitely do a terrific job in regards to paint apps. I mean, she looks insane. Really does look basically like a statue. Here we have an image of her Plymouth alt mode, which looks cool. Now, the photographer's been a little cheeky. He's taken a shot from a much lower perspective so that you can't really see all of the panels that are actually situated on the hood. But here we have a bird's eye image, which showcases the absolute monstrosity that transformation is going to be. You can see all of the various different panel lines and the hinge joints. Oh my goodness, from a reviewer's perspective, this looks like an absolute nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, the transformation for this thing looks like it would actually finish me off. I'm not gonna lie, I really do think it would finish me off, but the figure looks fantastic, so I don't really know how you'd get around with giving us accuracy, but yet a simplistic transformation. Here we have an image of the Harrier jet mode, which to be honest, I think looks flawless. This looks really cool, especially for a triple changer, and where do all the vehicle mode components go? Where does the alt mode, the car mode, actually go when we transform it here into the jet form? Here we have a larger image, that same image I showcased just a minute ago, showcasing the jet mode, the robot mode, and the car mode, and it's kind of crazy to see how these three things are actually one figure. I'm really going to be intrigued to see as to where all of these pieces end up. I'm just hoping that the transformation isn't an absolute nightmare, and here we have some phenomenal shots, which to be honest, actually look like they're directly taken from the Bumblebee movie film itself. These look stunning, so definitely a really impressive looking piece. Will the quality hold up? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And will this figure even see the light of day? So that just about wraps up this quick news video. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to some of the new Hasbro listings, as well as this third-party triple changing Shatter. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, I'll see you then.